Hello everyone, welcome to Anthropology. This is Ashima Shukla, and in today's video we are going to talk about the topic 2.0 nature of society. We have already talked about the nature of culture, and you must have had a brief idea, you must have gained a brief idea about the nature of culture. Now, when we were discussing about that topic, you must have seen the term society being referred to a lot of times. So in this video, we are going to talk about the society as well as the nature of society. Additionally, I will be telling you about the framing of questions that comes in the exams, the UPSC exam. In the previous years, what has been the pattern and how this particular topic relates to the questions that come in the examination. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel of Anthropology, and additionally in the link you will find a link to the course of anthropology specifically made for UPSC aspirants on the subject of anthropology, so you can check that link out for the details on this particular course. Now, let's begin with understanding, first of all, what is society. Now, a society can be defined as a complex web of social relationships and interactions among individuals, groups, and institutions that have common geographical, cultural, political, or economic boundaries. Now, what does this mean? That means that everything in and around a certain area can be termed as a society. So if it is in a common geographical area, for example, a particular state, or a particular locality, a common area can be termed as society. A common cultural background can be called as society. So for example, a group of Hindu people can be termed as a society. A group of common Muslim people can be called as a society, or any other background of cultural background, of religious background, even political background, people who have common things. So for example, the in Western societies you have leftist people and rightist people. So those, someone who has a certain idea, common people, Marxists, people who agree with the theory of Marx. So anything where there is a common background, maybe a geographical, maybe a cultural, maybe political, maybe economic, where there are individuals, there is institutions, there's groups, everything associated with that particular common or commonality in general can be termed as a society. So it includes the organized pattern of behavior, beliefs, values, norms, institutions that shape the interaction and collective life within a given community or a given population. They have a common background and they shape human interaction, or they enhance human interaction basis on certain patterns of behavior, basis on certain beliefs, on certain values, on norms, on institution, on art, on any other thing that is there. So it provides a framework for social organization where people have a collective identity, and they are working to facilitate the fulfillment of individual needs also, individual goals also, and the collective needs and collective goals also. So एक individual नहीं है, सिर्फ group भी नहीं है, everybody is working towards a common thing or a common goal or a common identity or a common attainment or belief. That is what society is defined as. Now, the term society refers to collective individuals forming an in-group interacting based on shared culture and values. उनकी values same होंगी, उनका culture same होगा. There is something common which gives the or which is the base of a society. It is never uncommon or different ideas that will lead to making of a society. So it is a permanent social structure that shapes human behavior through established norms and institutions, like a group of Arya Samaj, it can be called Brahmo Samaj, it can be called. So these are certain structured social organizations, and they can be termed as a society, or the term society can be applied on these people. Why? Because they have a certain common culture and values, Arya Samaj, Brahmo Samaj, or any other group, as I told you, right? So they are the ones which interact on common culture, common values, and it is a permanent social structure which is going to impact and shape the human behavior. Now, before we proceed with delving a little more into this topic, let's have a view at what kind of questions come with respect to the nature of society, the particular topic. So, we have questions about the role of marriage regulations, traditional societies in India to strengthen social solidarity. You have question on society and culture, question on social stratification according to the three major approaches, evaluation of social stratifications with suitable examples. Then there are status and role questions on ascribed and achieved status, social stratification, one of the most common questions, basis of social stratification, example of social stratification, and here we had social stratification according to three major approaches. Then evaluation of different types of social stratifications. Now these questions, if you see, they are all related to this particular topic. To have a more detailed understanding of this topic, you will have to visit our course, and you can visit our website also, which the link is there. You can also visit our app, Anthropology app, where study material for this particular topic in detail along with videos is going to be available. So you can check out the app for more resources. Now, then there's a concept of status and role of anthropology, social stratification, social structure. These are common questions. Social stratification itself is a very big topic with multiple variations of questions that can arise from it. Okay, the detailed note on polyandrous societies, concept of status and role in anthropology, define status and role, and the ascribed and achieved status. So you can see over the years multiple questions have been formed of this topic which go deeper into the topic, and to go deeper you need better resources, and Anthroholic provides that on the app. Now let's have a look at a few definitions. Definitely someone must have defined society to build this concept of society. So first we have 𝗪𝗵𝘁. He said that society is a complex and dynamic system which involves authority, mutual assistance, and social norms governing human behavior and liberties. Then we had Giddings, who said that society is a territorial group sharing political authority and a distinct identity. So Giddings went towards the political system. 𝗪𝗵𝘁 says that it is a dynamic system which has social norms also, assistance also, authority also. Ian Robertson, he says that it consists of individuals who interact within the same territory and common culture. So someone who is living in a particular area or a particular city, for your reference we can say, same area mein reh rahe hain, same city mein reh rahe hain, to that can be called as a society. Talcott Parsons says the society encompasses a full range of human relationships, all kind of relationships that a human can have, or entirety of that is a society. And Auguste Comte says, or he viewed society as living organisms made of interdependent parts. So you can see everybody, all five of the definitions that we have seen, they have their own idea of society. Some say it is of entire relationships, all the individuals that human is capable to interact with. Some say it is of the same territory and common culture. Some say it is about political authority, who have common political authority and identity. Some say it is about the mutual assistance, the social norms. And additionally, if you look at other definitions also, like by G.D.H. Cole, he says the society is a complex web of institutions and organizations. Whereas John F. Kuber is going to say that it is a group that has lived together long enough to form an organized and a unified identity. So everybody has a different idea of society, and therefore the concept of society includes. Now, when we look at these multiple definitions of society, there have been two major, you can say, groupings that have happened so that definition of society can be defined in a better way. So there are two definitions. One is a functional definition and one is a structural definition. Okay, so first we are going to look at the functional definition, then we are going to move towards the structural definition. Functional definition says that society is understood as a network of reciprocal relationships that help individuals fulfill their roles and goals. So in this this entire definition covers that there are some interdependent parts which are working together to maintain the social order and stability. So each institution, each role exists because it has a purpose or it is fulfilling a social function. Right, so the focus of this is going to be on the purpose or role of each part, the social stability, the cohesion, the adaptation, and the institutions who exist because they perform a certain necessary function. So there are thinkers like 𝗪𝗪𝗀, Parsons, Cooley who supported this theory, and the examples of this can be the education, that the purpose being transfer of knowledge and values, family which provides socialization and care, religion which offers moral guidance and social cohesion, law which maintains the order and resolves conflict. So these are all groups where individual uh, purpose is there. So you can consider this as, say, this is the school, this is family, this can be law and order, as you say, or a particular religion or any other thing. So there are groups. This is a family which is teaching them a certain aspect of society. It teaches about relationships, it's teaching about socialization, about and providing care. Whereas if we look at the education part, it is the one which is teaching them or transmitting knowledge and values to them, right? So each group has a purpose and is contributing to the whole system, but individually. So all groupings are there, they are providing a certain thing and a certain value and a certain belief, and they are helping in a certain way. This is a functional definition, where there's network of reciprocal relationships all doing individual tasks. Then we have structural definition, where the society is seen as a cultural system made up of traditions, institutions, values, and norms. So where the culture is more of the emphasis, uh, in a certain way, where there is a structure that organizes people into roles and institutions, that is the structural definition. So scholars like Giddings, Cole, Kuber, they emphasized on this approach, where the focus was on the arrangement of institutions and roles and how each part of society has a specific place or function in the whole system. Right, so people were seen as members of a structured group, like educational system, class hierarchies, gender roles, bureaucracies, legal systems. These are certain structures that are organizing people into their specific roles. That is the two definitions of society. One being the one, the structural, which is the organization and framework of society, whereas functional, which has a purpose and contribution of each part to the entire society. Right. So the structural definition answered the main question of how a society is organized. Functional definition answers the question of what functions does each part of the society serve. What is the individual contribution of the each part that is a part of this society. So structural view shows how a society is built. Functional view explains why there are these parts that we see in society and how are these small parts contributing to the entire society and building an entire perspective. Before we delve into our next part of this particular topic, I would like to brief you a little about the Anthropology Optional course, which is for UPSC IAS aspirants, which includes micro topics as well as live classes. This particular course can be found on our app and on the link which is in the description below. There you will find all the topics of anthropology covered in video courses, live classes, test series also being provided along with daily answer writing. Ebooks and notes and study material definitely is going to be provided. Additionally, articles and research papers for extra information for adding that edge to your answers. You will also have 24/7 assistance on WhatsApp, along with free YouTube videos on the same channel. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Proceeding to the characteristics of society now. Society is made up of a group of people who have distinct identity from other groups and are independent and participate in a culture. So many groups of people are there. Every individual, as we say, has their own identity. So they have distinct identity from other groups. They are independent and they participate in a certain form of culture that is kind of a like social grouping where people are coming together in these groups. That is a characteristic. Second, they are bound by a definite structural organization like socio-political economic organization. Now this organization is dependent on cooperation and coordination between the individuals of the society. So certain structural organizations are there which can be socio-political economic organization, however it is, and this particular organization is dependent on the coordination between the individuals, the interdependence that they have, because as we say, no person or group can live completely independently. So interdependence is there. It is a living entity capable of growth and modification and is self-perpetuating in nature. According to 𝗪𝗏, society is a web of social relations where each individual operates in several social roles. It is not, he says that not an individual is going to be defined by one role. There are multiple roles being served by the individual. And society implies likeliness. Society also implies difference, but those differences are submissive to the similarities because similarities are larger than the differences. So if we have to sum up our characteristics, we can say that one, there's going to be social grouping where people are living together. It might be based on either interests or values or territory or however, like families, communities, tribes. There is definitely certain territoriality is going to be there, but there is shared culture. There's common beliefs, common customs, values, traditions, symbols. There is interdependence where individuals and group are interdependent and rely on each other for survival. There is certain form of organization, there's certain form of structure that is there. It can be in socio-economic, political, any form. Family, education, government, religion, however it is, but there is certain order and predictability. There's certain structure, there's certain organization. Right? And then there is cooperation also as a part of it, where there is conflict, but cooperation is higher than the conflict. So there's a sense of identity and belonging, a collective identity which we can say, right? These are a few characteristics of a society. Now we come to the nature of society. Aristotle, the father of anthropology, he famously said that humans are social animals. The question is, what makes humans social? How are individuals linked with the society or tied with the society? So there are two theories of relationships of man and society which have been put forward, that is social contract theory and organic theory, which defines the nature of or explains the nature of society, how the individuals are tied to a society, how individuals form a society. So first we have a social contract theory. Now, according to this, society is created through agreements among individuals, so that there's peace, justice, and cooperation. They are not forced. People are not forced into the society. There is an agreement. There is peace. There is justice. There is the foundation idea of this is that political philosophy is a part of the system, so that there is a certain form of organization, right? So the main contributors of this theory were Hobbes, who said that in natural conditions all humans are naturally selfish and constantly they fought. Locke says that society safeguards liberty and justice. Rousseau says that humans formed societies to solve problems which were arising from population growth. जितने ज़्यादा लोग होंगे उतनी problems होंगी, और उन problems को sort करने के लिए humans formed society so that larger problems could be addressed better. And Adam Smith says that society enables economic cooperation as well as benefit. So the core idea is that humans lived in a state of nature without organized society or government. So whatever chaos was created, जो भी वो इतनी सारी population growth से इतना बड़ा वो हलचल जो हो गया, उसको control करने के लिए this social contract theory was formed, or agreements were formed, so that peace and cooperation was maintained in the society and the common problems could be solved easily, right? Now this is voluntary, it is not imposed, but there are common rules, common laws, and there is a authority or government, so that everyone is on the same page and there is no more conflict. Organic theory, on the other hand, states that society is compared to a living organism like a human body. All parts, that is individuals and institutions, are interdependent. जैसे हमारी human body है जहाँ पे इतने सारे parts हैं, we have so many parts. Same thing goes for organic theory. It says that every part of society is individual. सब मतलब everything is individual, but they're working together with the complexity. Sab interdependent hain, although they are different things. So just like our body has, heart, lungs, liver, brain, everything, institution में भी ऐसे अलग अलग चीजें हैं, family, economy, religion, government, and ये सब interdependent hai. If one fails, others are also going to be impacted. Just like if our lungs are impacted, our entire body is going to take the hit, even though they are different parts. Similarly, in a society, इतने सारे groups हैं, इतने सारे parts हैं, they may seem to not be, they may seem that they are independent, but they are not. They are interdependent. एक impact होगा तो entire system is impacted. Now, who are the main contributors? Plato, who said that society has three parts: rulers, that is wisdom; warriors, who have courage; and workers, who have desire. And all three work together for the betterment of society. Aristotle says that society and individuals are naturally interconnected. Herbert Spencer says that society grows and functions like a living body. Industries are considered as digestive system, transport is considered as circulatory system comparing to human body, and leaders and thinkers are thought as brain and nerves. Now इनमें से एक भी part अगर खराब हुआ तो दूसरे पे impact पड़ेगा, right? So this is what they state, that every part, just like they have compared industries, transport, and leaders and thinkers, all other aspects also are a part, and they are contributing to the parts, right? And एक भी चीज, if even a small a group fails or has a chaos, then the entire system is going to slow down or might cause a dead end as well. So this particular theory helps explain how society maintains orders and balance, why these social institutions are necessary, and how different parts of society function together, how this complex system is formed and functions. And that is why they've compared us to our complex system, that is human body. Now, I hope this particular video has helped you understand or have a brief glimpse of the nature of society. For more such videos, you can subscribe to our channel for YouTube free videos. Additionally, you can connect with us on the WhatsApp number. You can connect with us on Telegram or Instagram for any sort of assistance with respect to our course of anthropology. The link is also provided, and Anthroholic app can be found on Google Play Store, where you can download and check out the course as well as additional study materials. See you in the next video. Till then, have a good day, all of you.